Before we dive into the world of Blade Runner 2049, I want to remind you all to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you haven't joined us to see this. It's your support that keeps us going, and we're grateful for every single one of you. As a film enthusiast, I must say that Blade Runner 2049 left me utterly captivated. The movie masterfully weaves together themes of humanity, life, and belief, creating a narrative that resonates deeply with my own experiences. Blade Runner 2049 stands out uniquely among delayed sequels by matching the greatness of its predecessor, and this is particularly evident in the film's new ending, a fitting continuation of Ridley Scott's groundbreaking 1982 sci-fi masterpiece. The movie revolves around Hay, a modern replicant fulfilling his role as a Blade Runner or cop, tracking down rogue Nexus 8 models. However, when he uncovers the surprising truth about a replicant who is given birth, potentially altering the world's course, he embarks on an investigation to find that this leads him through decayed San Diego and an abandoned Las Vegas, causing him to question whether he himself might be the child in question. In the course of events, he joins forces with the initial character Deckard, Harrison Ford, and upon encountering a compassionate group of replicants hidden underground, decides to give up his life to bring together once more the former Blade Runner with his daughter. The film boasts a grand visual and thematic scope that is seldom witnessed by audiences, and its conclusion, as well as the entire storyline, is far more intricate and multi-layered than a brief synopsis can capture abbreviated time. But what's happening? The ending of Blade Runner 2049 is filled with numerous complexities. In the closing scenes of the 1982 film, Blade Runner, Deckard and Rachel were left with an uncertain fate. It is in Blade Runner 2049 where we learn what became of them, and that it's something that you could know in the speech, and what following their escape, they were relentlessly pursued, a consequence Deckard had foreseen. Their journey led them to join an underground resistance, encountering characters like Sapper Morton and the one-eyed Frysa along the way. After this incident, they discovered a possible connection to the Blackout, a devastating occurrence where a replicant uprising caused Earth's technology to fail for 10 consecutive days, erasing almost all evidence of their artificial origins from computer records. And before this catastrophe, the couple had a child together. Unfortunately, Rachel passed away during childbirth and was buried beneath the artificial or dead tree near Sapper's residence. However, miraculously, the baby made it through thanks to the former medic or soldier or over 70 seconds. By this juncture, Deckard had departed with the intention of safeguarding the child and concealed himself in an abandoned Las Vegas following the power outage. The child's mere presence would significantly alter the debate regarding replicant rights, the point Blade Runner mentions to Kay at the start, making her a significant target. That the main issue is how Rachel could have a child since she's an artificial being. Although the movie doesn't provide a clear explanation, replicants in the story have been designed to mimic humans closely. In the original script of the 1982 film, replicants were mechanical entities with internal workings like gears and bolts. However, by the time the movie was released, they had evolved into biological beings creating a gray area between humans and machines. It seems that Tyrell, the inventor of replicants, uh, may have designed Rachel in this way based on hints given in Blade Runner 2049. She was like an early model Nexus 8, designed to have a limited lifespan. Tyrell created a functional reproductive system for her. It's unclear if any others had this feature, but given the child's rarity, it seems she was unique. Regardless, with Tyrell's death and the blackout incident, the fundamental technology behind this capability was lost. So no one knew definitively about its possibilities or how to replicate it. Following Rachel's tragic demise, Deckard became part of the clandestine group that ensured her safety. Concealing her wasn't easy, but they found a unique sanctuary, an orphanage in San Diego that disguised itself as a sweatshop. This was the perfect cover for her to blend in among the city's populace by 2049. It's unclear how and why she arrived at her current location in the movie. But it seems she was positioned there to safeguard someone or something. In any case, she works on a variety of artistic memories as a freelancer for the Wallace Corporation, using the alias Honesteline. In the film Blade Runner 2049, Neander Wallace, an entrepreneur with ambitions reminiscent of Alexander the Great, emerges as the main adversary after the fall of the Tyrell Corporation in the 2020s due to its creator's demise and the ban on replicants following the blackout. He acquired the company, all its patents and intellectual property rights. We have he then developed a new generation of replicants that appeared to be manageable. In 2036, he leveraged this development to push for the relaxation of restrictions and resume mass production. It is the off-world expansion of humanity, sits on 15 million people. Furthermore, Wallace is not only involved in artificial creation, but also in colonization, contributing. His goal is simple: power. Alexander the Great was said to have wept when he discovered the stars were worlds he could not conquer. Wallace, who's already saved the world once with his artificial crops and has buildings towering over the once giants of Tyrell's, wants to do just that. And the method of doing so is replicants. He views them explicitly as slaves, a disposable, less than human workforce. To love, a replicant who never once escapes being a dutiful henchman, reflects this. And so through her I'm the best final words, she has an artificial glass ceiling. And in my perspective, much like any large corporation, Wallace encounters the challenge of scaling his operations to keep pace with escalating demand. Yet, if replicant reproduction could be achieved, Wallace would possess an almost limitless workforce. Unfortunately, the blueprints for Rachel's creation are nowhere to be found, and her demise remains a puzzle. As it stands, he lacks the means to recreate her. However, After K presents a tantalizing idea. Wallace becomes determined in the movie to uncover the child and unravel this enigma. Initially, he attempts to search for clues using the bones, but when the strategy proves unsuccessful, he proceeds to accompany Kay to Deckard 7. Interestingly, Rick remains oblivious about the fate of the child, yet the network of individuals he is connected with might inadvertently point Wallace towards her location. Um, the amusing twist is that the child has been hidden in plain sight near him all along. The other global force is a replicant rebellion group, which originated from those who assisted Deckard and Rachel in the past and later triggered the citywide blackout. And this movement led by Freysa continues to fight for freedom from a biased society and aims to overthrow Wallace. And their philosophy is a blend of selflessness and identity recognition, valuing each individual while realizing their struggle transcends them personally. They hold on to the idea that Rachel's child may still exist and that it could represent their own humanity in a different perspective. Everything portrayed in 2049 mirrors what Wallace isn't. It carries undertones reminiscent of biblical stories,